Mali's interim vice president, Colonel Assimi Goïta, said on Tuesday that he had seized power after the transitional president and prime minister failed to consult him about the formation of a new government. The declaration followed the arrest of President Bandao and Prime Minister Mukhtar Oweni hours after a government reshuffle left out 2 soldiers who led the coup in August last year. Dao takes us through.
It took about 9 months for Mali's former coup chief to stage another coup, but this time around overthrowing the government he once served. The latest one comes a day after the arrest of Malian President Bandao and Prime Minister Mukhtar Oweni at a military base in Kati outside Bamako. They were detained after a government reshuffle left out 2 soldiers who led the coup in August last year. In an earlier joint statement, the UN and AU called for the immediate and unconditional release of Mali's civilian leadership and said the international community rejects in advance any act of coercion, including forced resignation. A statement signed by ECOWAS, US, and some European countries said representatives of the regional bloc will Tuesday visit the capital, Bamako. The joint statement called Ndao and Kwane's detentions reckless and called for Mali's political transition to resume its course and conclude within the established time frame. Ndao, a former soldier, and Kwane were sworn in September last year after Mali's generals, faced with the threat of regional sanctions, agreed to hand over power in the wake of an August coup that removed President Ibrahim Abubakar Keïta. Coup leader Assimi Goïta was appointed as vice president, and the caretaker administration was tasked with overseeing an 18-month transition back to civilian rule. 2 others who were instrumental in the coup, Sadio Camara and Colonel Madibu Kone, were given the defense and security portfolios respectively. Camara and Kone were replaced in Monday's shuffle, although the military held onto other strategic portfolios it previously controlled. No reason was given for Camara and Kone's exclusion, but the cabinet setup came in the face of growing criticism of the interim government, with civil society groups questioning whether the military-dominated government has the will or the ability to push through reforms and hold elections next year. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Dao.